Let me just make sure that I understand what you're saying, because at first you said that the first targets are those with criminal records, but you are also saying that those who are undocumented in the U.S., also who don't have criminal records, people who are working in their communities, maybe even have spouses who are American citizens, they could be swept up with ICE today as well?
What I'm telling you is when we go find our priority target, which is a criminal alien, if he's with others in the United States illegally, we're going to take enforcement action against him. We're going to enforce the immigration law.
That's CNN host and paid propagandist Dana Bash doing a double take in shock and horror because Trump border czar Tom Homan had the audacity to say that illegal aliens don't have to commit additional crimes to be deported. Welcome to Nerk News, I'm Nerkish, and it looks like the political hacks and establishment media have been sampling their own supply for a bit too long, because a number of them seem to be genuinely flabbergasted by the idea that illegally entering the country is a crime, which of course was the Democrats' intention when they softened terminology to the point where elected officials are referring to illegals as undocumented Americans. Here's Tom Homan blowing Dana Bash's mind by enforcing the law.
And so what is happening as we speak is limited to those with criminal records?
That's the target of this operation. But like I said many times, in places like sanctuary cities where we can't arrest a bad person in the jail, we would like to have access to the jail to arrest a criminal alien in the safety and security of a county jail, which is safer for the community, safer for the officers, safer for the alien. But when you release a public safety threat out of a sanctuary jail and won't give us access to him, that means we got to go to the neighborhood and find him. And we will find him. But when we find him, he may be with others. Others that don't have a criminal conviction but are in the country illegally. They will be arrested too, because we're not going to strike. And this is a difference between the last administration and this administration. ICE is going to enforce the immigration law. There's nothing in the INA, the Immigration Nationality Act, says you got to be convicted of a serious crime in order to be removed from this country. So there's going to be more collateral arrests in sanctuary cities because they forced us to go in the community and find the guy we're looking for.
What happens then? So the ICE officers gets an individual or a set of individuals and apprehends them. What next? What do these ICE officers do with them? Because in some cases, and you know this far better than I, they haven't been deported in the past because their country of origin won't take them.
You know, this is a perfect example of media bias, because you never see pretend journalists push back on liberal policies like this. They never talk about cost, scope, or hypotheticals with Democrats. I mean, it's almost like Homan is talking to children when he does these interviews. Bash is essentially acting like she has zero idea of how ICE works, which she apparently had no interest in until now, when she's suddenly concerned with questions like, what if the person who entered the country illegally is nice or has a job? You never see the media argue semantics like this for outlandish liberal policies for things like the environment, guns, or reparations.
Well, what happens after arrest? They're taken to an ICE office and they're processed and put in detention. While they're in detention, ICE officers work on travel documents. The host country sends travel documents saying, yeah, this is our citizen, this is our national. Then we make flight arrangements. So they could be in detention from a few days for a few weeks until that removal was made happen.
What if the host country doesn't want them, as has happened in the recent past?
We have various plans. We have various plans. Other countries are willing to take them. We have third safe country removals. So that's something we're working through. But I think you're going to see less of the recalcitrant countries. Countries don't take their citizens back under this president, because this president has vowed that these countries will take them back. So I'll leave that up to the White House, but there will be negotiations with those countries who are pushing back on recalcitrancy, and they will be removed.
They are so obsessed with this notion that the illegals' host country might not want them, but apparently couldn't care less that this country doesn't want them either. I mean, there was a clear mandate sent this election that the media needs to get through their thick skulls. It's amazing how willfully ignorant these people are, even when the facts are staring them right in the face.
That there's been a massive shift from when Trump was first getting into office 8 years ago, right? Deport all undocumented immigrants. You go back to 2015, I'm going to come to your side of the screen, it was 42%. Hello. Go to 2016, it was 36%. Look at where we are now. This was taken at the end of last year, 56%. This is 20 points higher than it was just before Trump got into office the first time. So feelings towards immigration in this country, feelings towards undocumented immigrants and deporting all of them have become considerably more hawkish, and I think that gives Donald Trump much more leverage to go with the American people and sort of have these hawkish, some might say harsh different rhetoric and also issue-based sort of going after immigrants who are here illegally. And so I think the American people are going to give Donald Trump the benefit of the doubt to do what he wants to do, at least if you believe these blunt questions, including this one.
How about immigration levels?
Yeah, okay. So this sort of goes in line with that, right? Which is, again, trying to get at the underlying feelings. Want immigration levels decreased. This includes legal and illegal immigration. Look at this. Last year, 55%. That is the highest level since the 9/11 aftermath. You go back just to 2020.
And this, again, legal and illegal. So people want less people coming into the country.
Exactly. They want less people coming into the country. Look at that. That's a 14-point rise from 2023. You go back to 2016 when Donald Trump again was running for president the first time. It was 38%. That's a 17-point rise. So the bottom line is more folks want people who are here illegally deported, and their overall feelings towards immigration have become considerably more hawkish since Donald Trump was first getting into office, Kate.
It's ridiculous how Democrats and the media remain baffled by this change in attitudes over immigration. I mean, I'm not an expert, but I think it had something to do with the 4 years of open borders we just had in this country, creating a tipping point on the issue. And the sooner elites realize that, the better. Because frankly, they're in for a rude awakening if they think they can keep mocking and downplaying these concerns, or playing videos of people crying at the border to emotionally blackmail viewers into making things worse. But let me know what you think. How do you feel about Tom Homan so far and his approach to mass deportations? Let me know in the comments, and if you enjoyed this video, please give it a like and subscribe to the channel. That stuff really does help us out. Until then, this has been Nerk News. Thanks for watching. Bye!